Good morning. This is Blaine. This is Blaine Greenfield with the Blaine's World webcast. And you can find, if you want to find us on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You can also listen in on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'm your host, Blaine Greenfield, and I'm here in my Zoom studio in lovely downtown Fairview, North Carolina. And each week we focus on cool things that are happening in both Western North Carolina and throughout the country. And toward that end, it's my pleasure to introduce Beth Guerra, Community Relations Director for an organization called Kindness Between Friends. And Beth, you can wave to all your fans and friends who are watching this.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so this is Beth. And Beth is from my old stomping grounds, Bucks County. And I have to tell you, Beth, when I heard about this, just the title itself, I love the name of the title, Kindness Between Friends. And so I should ask you that in terms of getting involved in this, I know you went to Bucks County Community College, you mentioned you have a degree in small business. You always like helping people. And so how did you get into this, I guess, in the first place?
I went to a bingo fundraiser one day and I met the director, Tara Stoop, and I said to her, "Oh, if you ever need anybody to help." And she reached out to me a week later and said, "Oh, would you like to help with starting up a fundraiser?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I kind of jumped in with both feet and I've been with them since.
So you met at a bingo event. Did you win in bingo that night?
Actually, I did, yes,
Did you
which
really?
was even better, yes.
Okay. So that's to give you a favorable image of the organization. Well, I guess we should start from the top then. For folks who don't know about the organization, I only heard about it through a mutual friend of ours, one of my former students, Scott Little. And Scott, if you're listening to this, you can know we're talking about you. And so how do you even hear? So you went to the fundraiser.
Right.
Had you ever heard about it beforehand?
No, I did not. Tara Stoop, like I said, founder and director. Her and her best friend always did random acts of kindness. Just, saw somebody pay for a meal, started out that way. And they used to joke, well, when I win the lottery, we're going to do something big. Tara's friend unfortunately passed away. So Tara said to her husband, I've got to do something in his honor. So she started the 501c. And then that was in 2016. She got her EIN status. May of 2017, I started with her, and we've just been running with it ever since.
And getting back to Scott, so I found out about the organization, I guess. I'd seen he and I are friends, and I saw that he's involved in on Facebook. He mentioned the organization, and he just
Mm-hmm.
came on board as a board member. Is that
He
it?
just became a board member. Yes, I met him at chamber meeting, and he has already been so instrumental in helping us. We have our Christmas program. He's instrumental in getting that, and he's been great as a community liaison for us.
And that's what he does. He certainly knows, the
Mm-hmm.
community gets out there. So then the organization says a little bit about what it is that you do, but take it from top. So what is Kindness Between Friends?
Kindness Between Friends is a volunteer grassroots organization. We are a 501c. We work with homeless, domestic violence victims, low income families, veterans, anybody in our community that needs a hand up, we will work with. We do things like emergency shelter, food, clothing. We help with utility assistance if someone needs help with a car repair. As long as we have funding, we will assist. We also have a veterans transitional home that we work with veterans. We have a family in there right now. We help them get a job. We help them. They have a financial coach. We get them back on their feet, and this way they can go on their own and move on. And then we bring another family in.
And we should use you as kind of an example because it's a very good example in terms of how you get to do all this stuff. You're a volunteer, is that
Yeah.
correct? You
Mm-hmm.
do this. I mean, I was really impressed. You do this. It sounds like it keeps you a little busy just doing this as a
Just a little.
volunteer. Is the organization comprised almost exclusively of volunteers? Are there any
We're
paid
all it's
employees?
100% volunteer organization. Yes.
So you have no
No,
paid
we are.
employees.
Nope. Nope.
So even you mentioned the Tara Soup. So
Yes.
what's her position?
She's the director and founder of the organization.
Okay, and very nice. So hers is also fully volunteer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So talk about that process then in terms of the two of you. How many other people? So you have a board. And how many other people in the organization?
Right now it would be Tara's the director and myself. We have five other board members, and then the rest are just volunteers that help with everything that we do.
And about how many volunteers do you have, ballpark?
Depends, anywhere from 20 during the year. And then again, our Christmas program, we have a lot more because that's a huge undertaking.
So it's just 20 people putting on all this stuff. How do you find a volunteer, or not only find it, but in terms of people want to get involved, what do they do?
We have, if they go to our website, we have a tab for volunteers. We have a volunteer Facebook page. We post all of our events. When we go to our events, I always bring it. And then if anybody wants to sign up to volunteer, they can do it that way. So.
And so you mentioned the website. What is that, please? The
The
website?
website is www.kindnessbucks. So it's KINDNESSBUCKS.com.
And so when you're talking about what you do, so it's again, you're telling me it's primarily in Bucks County, is that it?
We do Bucks in Montgomery County.
Oh, Montgomery County as well. And let's talk about some of the other things you mentioned. So you already alluded to the Christmas event. What's that all about?
Right now, we're gearing up for our Christmas event. Every year, we have an intake process, and the parents put an intake in. We ask them for 3 wants, 3 needs, and sizes for an outfit for each of their children. So each child gets roughly 10 gifts depending on their age. And then what we do is we have businesses that will put up angel trees, and they will take the tags, and then the tags come back to us. We organize everything and give them to the parents. Last year, we had over 15,000 gifts that we distributed.
Wow. And how many kids benefit from it?
It was over 1,500 children.
1,500 children.
Yes, it was over 500 families that we assisted.
So how do you find all these families?
Again, a lot of them come from children and youth, school districts, police departments, other organizations, and we do post it on our Facebook and our website and things like that. Each client is vetted. We make sure that they are actually who they say they are. We also cross-reference to make sure that they're not going to like 6 different organizations.
Right. Yeah.
So, it is a big undertaking.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. So 1,500 kids is,
Yes.
for a 20-person organization to be serving 1,500 kids.
Well, that's at Christmas time. We do get a lot more volunteers because a lot of people like to assist with that. But
And talk about then the process. So if people want to get involved, so they go to the website, all the information, but then the actual physical process, does somebody collect, what would you say, 10? Each kid gets 10 presents?
Roughly 8 to 10 gifts per
Pretty
child.
impressive.
And what we do is each tag, we write all the tags out, and the organizations will say, okay, my organization or my business would like to sponsor 50 tags. So I keep track of all the tags, where they go to the business, then the business will bring them to our location where we will sort them and organize them and things like that.
So then you get the gifts, and I guess talk about that process. Do people donate gifts or the money or both?
Yeah, people donate the gifts usually. We do also have sponsorship levels. If a person or a business doesn't want to do the tags, they can donate, say $250, and we'll put that towards the gifts, or towards the supplies, because we have to buy all the tags, the ribbons, the paper to print everything. Like all of that adds up as well. So we have, different types. They can sponsor a child, they can sponsor, be a sponsor. We also always have a food pantry when the parents come to pick up. So we're always looking for food sponsors as well. So there's different ways for the community to get involved.
Where does this take place?
Every year we get a space donated to us for the
Christmas
season. And the last few, actually since 2019, I believe we've been in Doylestown every year.
And where in Doylestown?
The location that we've had in the last 5 years is not there anymore. We are now going to be across from Thompson Toyota in the building there. They're donating about 8,000 square feet of space for us that we can do the process.
Very sweet. But I mean, that must be just the process itself must be a big deal to get 1,500 presents. and
Yeah,
then sort them out.
15,000,
15, I'm
15,000
sorry,
presents. Yeah.
15,000 presents. And so is that one of the things you do too, that you
Oh,
go
yeah.
shopping? No, you go shopping for them?
If we have tags left over, we do go shopping. Yes. And it's nice because the even the communities, like neighborhoods, get involved. Some people say, I'll get one child. And having the space, they can actually even Amazon direct ship. They don't have to take it back to where they found the tag. They don't have to, you know, even be involved. They can look at the tag. Oh, the child wants this. I can order that on Amazon and ship it right to us, but it helps. There's such a need right now.
So it must be very exciting when you have the event itself. Like they have a specific day then that, or I guess you have to do it over a period of time.
We have to do it over a period of time. Yeah, we have the parents come pick up the gifts. And it's very difficult because some of the parents have to bring the children. So
Right.
everything goes in a dark green trash bag for the
Oh, is
parents.
that it? I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we try and give out all the parents the wrapping paper, tape, things like that, so that they can be part of the process of wrapping the gifts for the children and things like that.
So very exciting. So with the child itself, it's a surprise on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Is that it?
Right.
Very exciting. The in terms of the people participating in this, so I got it in terms of donating and gifts and money. But if parents want to sign up their child, or how do you find the children for this?
That will be on our website. But like I said, a lot of the referrals come from school districts, from the children and youth, from police departments, things like that. We get a lot of referrals that way.
So unfortunately, you've never had a problem where you had too many gifts and not enough children. That's never happened.
That has never happened. No. We always have, if we have, sometimes if a gift comes in, it's the wrong size or the wrong gift. We have what we call an overflow room. And we use that for anybody that didn't make it in the cutoff, or if there's any families that are referred to us after we've had the cutoff and tags didn't go out. We're able to bring them actually in and let them go shopping in our overflow room.
That must be a very exciting event though when that happens.
This is our favorite event of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. You have any, I guess, families come back more than once? Does that happen?
For Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some families that come back every year. And we're not going to turn anybody away. It's not an income-based program like a lot of them are. We just want to make sure that the children belong to the families. So we always ask for some sort of proof to show that they are their children, their grandchildren, whoever it might be.
Is there any age limit on this?
Right now, 13 and under. And then for older children, we are able to sometimes do gift cards.
Okay. Now, it must be exciting if it happens. Does it ever happen that somebody who participated in the program, or the family or the child, come back and then volunteer or help out after the fact?
We have that every year.
Really? Oh.
Every year, yeah. We even, I remember last year we had a father come in and he donated like 50 toys. And he said when a family member of his was incarcerated, we helped the other parent and he just wanted to give back. So it's great when we have that. Or they come in and they want to help because they got help. So they want to help sort the gifts and, give back, which is great.
It's just a lovely story in terms of, like you said, coming back or supporting the organization. Mm-hmm. But just put this on, how long does it take you?
Well, we've already started reaching out for sponsors to like last year's sponsors. So I'm already getting a spreadsheet going of sponsors and how many tags they want. As far as the clients, we will open that up October 1st. And usually we get the gifts back by December 5th, 7th, somewhere in there, so that we can organize and start getting them. And usually we're done by the third week of December.
Because we're talking and it's late in September, and
yeah.
I can't believe you're already on this. And it seems like it's not a small undertaking.
It's not. It is not.
Now, when the organization started, was this the first project you undertook?
Tara started working with clients, but the very first year first couple years we did Christmas, we were able to do it out of like our basement. and we would drive the clients. We would take the gifts to the clients, but it was like 20 clients. So it
Right.
really wasn't that much, but it's just grown so much that no, we have to have the clients come pick up from us now.
And each year, it sounds like it
It
continues to
gets
grow.
bigger. Yeah, it does get bigger.
So, I mean, this is a really exciting event. And we should mention again, so folks who are listening want to get involved. I guess they get involved in three ways, I'm hearing you say. One, they can volunteer, and it's
Yes.
on the website.
Yep.
Okay. And the
Volunteers.
volunteers would be packing the stuff up and arranging
Volunteers
it.
would do anything from organizing, sorting the gifts that come in. They can go through the lists and match them up, make sure things match up with the lists. There's volunteers that can go to the businesses and pick up the gifts and bring them back on the days that are needed. There's so much that they can do to volunteer. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're always looking for volunteers for this, are you?
Always. Yes.
And so from the volunteer standpoint, same thing too. They go to the website, and I'll have you repeat it if you would. The website is
Yes.
what?
It's www.kindnessbucks.com.
They go to the website and they can sign up at the website. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Now, then the second thing that you need is you need people to donate either money or presents. Is that correct?
Right. So we need Angel Tree sponsors, which would have a tree in their business and tags, or we need sponsors that are willing to donate, $250. There's different levels that they can donate. And exchange, like we'll have them on our website, we'll have them on our banner, because when everybody comes in, we also have a big banner. For anybody that brings gifts in, we always take pictures. So the sponsors are on the banner, so they get, recognition there. They'll be on our website, they'll be on our Facebook page.
How many businesses typically volunteer? Ballpark.
Last year, I think we had about 75.
Wow, pretty impressive.
So we're hoping that right now I have about 30 so far that have come back from last year, but we just sent it out less than a week ago. So.
And do a lot of them come back?
A lot of them do come back. Yes. Yeah. A lot of them come back and want more tags than they had the year before.
Very nice.
Which is good.
And lastly, you mentioned that one gentleman who came back as a volunteer.
Mhm.
Do you also take, obviously you accept financial donations. Do you accept toys as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Question, do they have to be new toys or?
New, they have to be new, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so new and
Unwrapped.
Okay, unwrapped. Okay,
Yes.
so you want to look at them. So very nice. But a lot of people, I guess it happens, I don't know, does this even continue after Christmas? Because I would imagine some families have too many toys, and I don't know if that ever happens. And they give, the kid doesn't want it or they don't use it. It'd be a great gift to give if they don't want their Christmas toys.
That's why we try and get the lists from the parents, because that way it's something that the children do want. Unfortunately, a lot of the lists are very sad. Once they want underwear, they want socks, they want slippers, and we're like, that's not really a want, that's a need. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's sad to see. Toothbrush and toothpaste, things that we take for granted.
Right.
These families really need,
So what happens when you get that kind of request?
We of course will fill it, but we try and write back to the parents and ask them for some
Nice.
fun stuff, because the kids deserve that too.
Yeah, no, it's lovely, but it's sad in a way, like you said, that some
Right.
parents need it. So Christmas event keeps you busy for, it sounds like 3 months or
Right.
September, October, November. Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
period of time. So after that, what happens? So Christmas comes and then you're out of business. Do you start for next year? What happens?
No, we're not out of business. And in between Christmas, we also do Thanksgiving. We gave out like 300 Thanksgiving meals last year, full baskets. So that is in the process. That's in November. So that will also be opening up for clients. But we have clients that we get intakes all the time they're looking for housing. They're looking for help with their utility bills. They're looking for help with, food. They're looking for help with, they need clothes for their children. That's an everyday. We had, I think, 3 intakes just today. So that doesn't stop. We do that year round.
And so who's doing the intake? Is that you?
That comes in. Tara and myself work on the intakes. Yes.
Okay.
And then, we touch base with every client. We try and reach out, and if we have funding to help them, we can. If we don't, we kind of give them other resources to look into. So it depends on funding, because right now we don't get county funds or government funding at all. We're trying to work on grants, but right now our funding is just whatever the community sends us.
So we were talking before about the community getting involved. So we
Mhm.
mentioned they can give gifts and support cards and the Christmas tree aspect, but they can also make a financial contribution if they like.
Absolutely. The financial donations are what's imperative for us to continue throughout the year. Yes.
Okay. And that's done also through the website.
You can do it through the website. I believe it's up on the Facebook page. It's, there's many ways for them to donate. Mhm.
So I got it. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas. What happens after January 1st? What do you typically do?
Then we start looking into our bingo fundraiser. That's our next biggest fundraiser, and that also is about a 3-month process. Getting sponsors for that and getting raffle baskets and organizing that, and yeah,
So when will that take place? Do you know yet?
that's usually in May is usually
Okay.
when we start that.
And that'll be typically, well, you're the classic example of having gone to it, and
Right.
that should maybe one of the prizes this coming year. If you win, you can volunteer for the organization. That's that's the grand prize. You get to volunteer, become a full-time volunteer with the organization. That'd be some
Yeah.
prize. But that's pretty exciting also. How many people come to that event, ballpark?
We had over 500 last in May.
Wow, where was that?
We hold it at the shrine at Czestochowa.
Yeah. I mean, that's some turnout, 500
Yes.
people. So to
Yes.
run a bingo event for 500 people sounds like it's a big deal.
That's also a big undertaking. Yes.
Yeah. And
So
that's just a one night thing.
that's just one night. Yes. But
Okay.
again, that takes months to prepare for.
I was going to say 500 people, it's like I'm listening to you and it's two of you and then you have some other volunteers on a board, but you're doing a lot of pretty big stuff, for a small organization.
We do what we can.
Yeah. But it keeps you busy.
It does.
Okay. And so I got it. So we got bingo. Anything in the summer?
Usually just dine and donates
And
type of
when
thing. Just restaurants, if they go and mention us, then the restaurant will donate X amount of dollars or whatever. Summertime, we're working more with the clients, trying to, speak with churches, speak with the community, that kind of thing, to let people know what we do and, get some more help.
and talk about the help and the people who do this. So you mentioned that the two of you, and then we have a 5-person board.
Correct.
And we mentioned Scott Little. Who else do you have the other names
On
handy?
the board, we have Jennifer DeLauder, who is a realtor at Keller Williams, and she actually, for the last 3 years, has run the Thanksgiving program. She does blessing baskets, and they're phenomenal. People bring them in, and it's a full meal. Most of them have paper plates and the tinfoil pan for the turkey. Like, people go well out of, what most people would think of a Thanksgiving basket. So Jen just joined us. We have Guerra, she works for Serve Pro right here. But she is going to be our marketing person. So she's been working on updating the website. She's been updating the sponsorship forms, that kind of thing. We have Chloe, who's our treasurer. So there's, and then there's Erica Darrows, who is our social services coordinator. So we're starting to grow, which is good. And
And I guess the key, sort of you being the example, is if somebody volunteers, you're going to put them to work.
yes.
It doesn't seem like that for 5 people to, get all this stuff done. It's a lot of effort. Then you get volunteers elsewhere
Right.
as well. Who would
Right.
you say would be the ideal volunteer? Who are you looking for?
Um, Probably someone who's not afraid to do some work. I mean, it's we work out of our houses right now. We don't have an office because we felt that money would be better used
Sure.
for clients. So someone who's willing to work out of their house. and can kind of work on their own. If we give them something to do, they're able to do it, and without much direction.
I think you being the good example that all of a sudden, you come on board and you open your mouth and you work the next day, it seems like,
Yeah.
and continue as such. The plans for the future. So we talked about some pretty big events you're doing. Do you have
Right.
any plans down the road you'd like to accomplish in the organization or would like to
We,
get done?
like I said, we have our veterans home. We would like to have another home or two. The housing market right now
Yeah.
is awful, and rents are skyrocketing. People can't afford it, and we need more affordable housing. So our goal is to work on getting a few housing projects that we can, help people out.
And you mentioned you have one veterans home.
We do we
Explain what
do
that
have,
is.
it's called Jerry's Place. It's named after Tara's friend who passed away. But we work with the Veterans Multi-Service Group, and they send us a veteran in need, or veterans, and we get them into the house. If they don't have a job, we help them find employment. We set them up with a budget counselor. We set them up with a regular counselor, and we work with them to be able to get back on their feet. And then once they are able to, then hopefully they move on and get their own apartment, and then we bring another veteran or two or their family in, or whoever might need it.
Lovely. And where is that located?
That's in Bucks County,
Okay.
and it comes fully furnished. We provide everything down to toothbrushes and toothpaste. When they come in, they're responsible for their phone, and they're responsible for their food. We pay the internet, we pay the electric, we pay the cable, the water. So we really do try to keep them, get them on their feet.
And I can only say that I'm impressed. Just starting with the title itself. When I heard the title, I just love the kindness between friends. But that's what you're all about, right? Just
We are.
sharing.
We feel that everyone deserves a hand up at some point in their life, not just a hand out.
Lovely.
A lot of people have not been taught, and if you don't teach them how to budget, or how to work with their children or whatever it might be, they're just going to be a client again. So that's why we try and work one-on-one with each client, and help them and see where they need the assistance.
And that's probably very exciting for you when you help a client and then the client graduates or isn't,
Yes, and they
needing your
come back and
services.
help.
Like
Yep.
like I said, that one father. Anyway,
Yep.
thank you very much for being my guest on this
Absolutely.
special edition of Blaine's World website. One last time, I'll let you give the website, if you would.
It's www.kindnessbucks.com.
Okay, I'd like to thank you for being my guest. I'd also like to thank
Thank
my
you.
producer, Cappy Tassetti, and just whatever you're doing, keep it up,
Thank you. We
and
appreciate it.
okay, and the only other thing, can I mention one other thing?
Sure.
Don't go to any more bingo games. It was, I mean,
I'm in charge of them now. So
okay, but that's such a great story. You come and you win, but make that should be one of your prizes next year. You too can be a volunteer with this organization. Anyway, Beth, that was great. Hopefully we'll bump into each other sometime in the not too distant future. You be well.
thank you, Blaine. I appreciate it.